that's an excellent suggestion. Yeah. I mean, that's very nicely. So we're now thinking about how we're filling up the first half of the line. Maybe for convenience, I might sort of.
What about as the first 2.5, vocibus musarum?
Well,
The open holes to the voices of the users.
nice idea, except what vital little rule this idea does for them.
And he said, words.
Vocibus musarum to the voices of the users, which yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Watch out on the two constant rule. We need that to use the word vocibus. We absolutely must keep that as short. Oh, but yeah, well, singular to the voice. Yeah, I mean, voci. Yeah, that would do, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And you can have the words musarum and voci, you can have in either order. I would tend probably to put them in the order musarum, voci, simply for the reason I mentioned of not having the words and the feet lines always coinciding too much. So musarum and voci, I think it's marginally better than voci and musarum, but it's pretty minor difference. So yeah, that would be a viable first half. So yeah, and that would be without the tenues, of course. So we made our first alternative line. I think actually it's quite helpful when you're sort of seeing what can be done to do several versions of the same idea, just to see how many possibilities there are. So, sorry, Carl.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, so and my reason for it is pretty trivial actually, just that I think it works a little bit better stylistically if you sort of don't have the words and the feet just coinciding too often. So voci musarum is perfectly legal and no problem with it. So I'm being over the fussy perhaps. But I just think musarum and voci is marginally better. So yeah, either way around actually, that or the other way around. So that's actually two alternatives for that. Either voci musarum, musarum voci. Either way, remaster an RO5 then. That makes it hexameter. Excellent. Okay, so we've done a line already. Let's consider some alternatives using the tenues. That was suggested as well. If we're going to say tenues, we've got to write something shorter in the beginning bit, like what? And do keep a note of these lines that we're writing. I'm not writing them down, but
You could have some sort of a positive to Granare.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Same as Gar.
Yeah, I mean, well, custodes guards would be, yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm thinking of fairly simple ways to do it. I mean, again, either way around, but I mean, to the winds would do. I mean, ventis is obviously two longs. That would leave us another of these monosyllabic gaps. So, I mean, filler words equal to sake of argument. I mean, I'm not claiming this is sort of brilliantly inventive in terms of how we fill it. But again, if you're writing a single line, frankly, it doesn't matter what sort of filler words you use. It gets bad poetry and repetitive if you're writing several lines and you keep using the same ones. That's enough. But in terms of how we might fill out I tend to think of these gaps in terms of how many long syllables they consist of. Obviously, the number of syllables there is something short. But if we've got a 3-syllable gap, starting line before that, heat, ventis, heat. And again, we've got to check the beginning and end of every word. But in fact, we've got no problems with these words either way around. I mean, that way around, the east is naturally long, so it doesn't matter that we've got an H doesn't count as a consonant. It doesn't matter that we're following it with a vowel. Equally, heat is naturally long, fact it's followed by a consonant, so there will be no problem under any circumstances. The other way around, similarly, he is naturally long, he's naturally long, so we don't have to worry about the relationship of each word to the next word. But we've got to keep our eyes open for that all the time, and particularly when short syllables are involved, and when endings which are not naturally long are involved, because then we've got to either to lengthen them or to keep them short. Okay, does that all make sense for everybody so far? We've done two alternative versions of our first example, which obviously will do fine. It's a amount of artistic taste which you think makes better sense. And this line is also complete in its own terms, in sense, so we could run on some of the ideas if we wanted to. If it made sense to start the next line with anything that is connected to what we've already written, that's fine. Or we could start a new sentence in effect in the second line. I think that for simplicity we might treat the second line as separate. For this first experiment, obviously one of the things we'll think about as we go along is how best to do continuous hexameters and how often one should run on and how often one should stop at the end of the line. That obviously depends very much on what you're talking about, but a judicious mixture between the two I think is desirable. It is very bad hexameter style, and worse the longer the term gets. If you do always stop your sentence at the end of the line, you've got to have some running on. And of course, longer sentences, more interesting things to say, of course, are going to encourage running on anyway. But it's simpler, I think, for the purposes of the initial explanation to have some things which are just complete themselves. So is everybody clear on what we've got so far? We've already written two alternative versions of the same starting exam. So the one that's on the board now is using this adjective attenuates. So senses, the granaria, the barns, offer cracks, small cracks here for the winds. Fine. The alternative version was with Boki and Musarum, wasn't it? So, and without attenuates. So that would mean the barns offer cracks to the voice of the muses, which is also rather nice, isn't it? So, voice of the muses or the winds, either way, we've made a line which works quite nice. Okay, well, let's go on for a line or two, and particularly the person whose initial suggestion was got notice for the alternatives for the first line. Okay, so taking either of those alternatives as the first line, let's consider what to say as we proceed. What might make sense as a point for the second line, Chris?
Maybe to have an action verb of what the users are saying.
Yeah, sure. Fine. And what might the muses be saying? What are we doing in this barn? Sure. So yes, I don't know, just put down one obvious possibility to think of others too. But deep muses say something. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah. All of those sort of words. Say something. Okay, what sort of thing might they say?
Might be a command to look somewhere, pursue something, compute to listen, might be an imperative.
Yeah, okay. What sort of words might work there as imperatives for listen? Yeah, Aldito, yeah. So that's long line, isn't it? Okay.
Seek something epithet, seek something,
Oh, well, it's a short D, isn't it?
Oh, but, right.
So, now, in the third conjugation, that I, that was short, isn't it? So, if we do want to use the posite, that of course doesn't work like that in hexameters. Of course, we can divide one, two, and make it work, but then that's the sort of word that is usable, but it's only usable since that doesn't end in a consonant. You can't then way you can make it long. So the only thing we can do to get the long syllable we'll need is by division, in other words, lose that.
How much is commanding one person?
Oh, sure, yeah, exactly, yeah. Anyway, Aldito do very well, so. Yeah, memorata, yeah. Memorata. Okay, so good, possible, so the music say something. Do they want to say something in direct speech, or do they want us